Hello, everyone. Welcome to Dividends, the show for and about Mississippi State University's College of Business. I'm your host, Jeffrey Rupp, and today it's all about entrepreneurship. Eric Hill joins me. He's the director of the E-Center here on campus, and this is one of those programs that has just exploded in a very short amount of time.
Absolutely right, Jeff.
Can you give us a bit of the history of the genesis of the program and sort of bring us to where we are now?
Sure. So it all started about a little over 10 years ago with a gentleman, an MSU alumni, who was a civil engineering graduate, Mr. Jack Hatcher, and he set up a program specific for engineering students to get more of the business background. So this evolved over this period of time and eventually formed the Entrepreneurship Center, which is on the second floor of McCool Hall. Mm-hmm. And that center then became sort of the genesis of entrepreneurship. And so you saw a few students come, a few faculty members start to here and there hit, and a gentleman by the name of Gerald Nelson championed it and grew it to what it is today. And so a lot of partners from the College of Business with the Outreach Center and the Small Business Development Center and all these other parties and faculty members came together to build up this support infrastructure that's there now.
Well, and when we talk about the real estate where the E-Center resides is the College of Business, but this is really a university center.
That's right, and we see students coming in from all over campus. In fact, last week we had Entrepreneurship Week, which saw 33 teams compete, representing 7 colleges and 23 majors. And
I guess the difference is 5 years ago, if a student or a faculty member had wanted to start a business, there was not much of a support system or an ecosystem for them. So where do you go? How do you talk to a CPA? How do you vet your idea? Where do you get marketing help? And the E-Center has dramatically changed that.
That's right. And so, you know, when you're looking at the center, the 3 big things that we provide, right, is the guidance, strategic guidance, resources that can be both, you know, space, and some small seed funds, and then connections. And the third piece you mentioned, the connections, is such a crucial piece, whether it's not necessarily that the center has all the answers, and it rarely does, in fact, but knowing where to go to get those and really leveraging the relationships that the university naturally has is such a huge piece of entrepreneurship.
And the university, the traditional role is to provide the theoretical and the hypothetical for things, but the E-Center brings that and makes it a reality. I mean, that's the goal, is to actually get these folks out making money.
Right, and so, you know, that's the thing with the trends you see in entrepreneurship, right? A lot of the colleges and universities focus only on the theoretical piece, and the beautiful thing about what Mississippi State's done with entrepreneurship and what the colleges help promote is that, you know, these students come in, they bring an idea, and of course you're there helping with these too, is, you know, they'll walk in, they might come in with an idea on a napkin, or they might come in having sold, you know, 10,000 of these units they're talking about, and it's our job to help triage those when they come in and say, what can we do to help them get down the field just a little bit further? And so any of those 3 areas we'd already talked about tend to be where we help the most.
And the nice thing about having Eric as the director is he has done this. I've bragged on you before, but you sold your first business in high school for 6 figures. You have since sold another business. So you really have real world experience to help the students, not just theoretical, but you've done it. You've done it more than once. You're the serial entrepreneur, as they say. What do you find to be that the students come in with that surprises you, or perhaps doesn't surprise you?
Well, and of course, you know, you always give me too much credit, but what surprises me the most is the uniqueness of some of the ideas that come in, right? So they're rarely ever within a certain entrenchment, and oftentimes they come in with ideas that really are a new way to think about old things too. So just the diversity of those issues is really what impresses me the most, and the drive to do it. In fact, the guest you're going to talk with later is one of those students that came in with an amount of finances he needed to get off the ground that the center itself couldn't exactly support, and literally, well, I don't want to steal his story. So,
Well, and it's not just one particular type of business. We've got tech, we've got science, we've got biomedical, we've got food, we've got traditional, sort of mom and pop retail. It really does span the gamut.
That's right, and that's why, the partnerships we have inside and outside the university are essential to this. There's no way we could employ people internally to know all those different industries and what the tricks of the trade are, so to speak. So that's where that connections to the alumni network really make the difference.
So somebody out there says, well, why are we doing it? Is that Mississippi State's role? How would you answer that question?
Right, so I'll answer it two ways. One, we are a land-grant institution and service is a big piece. And so it's decreed all the way from the top of the university that economic development is a priority. And the other thing is, more often than not, probably, the student startups that come through the E-Center, right, while they're in school may not be that student's long-term career. And we've seen that in, a number of students. But just going through the process of coming from an idea through reaching out to customers, to structuring the company with partners, all the way to producing a prototype and ultimately bringing it to customers, that spectrum is such a learning experience that you just cannot get from the classroom itself. And so, whether they keep going with that business outside of college or they close it for whatever reason and maybe never even touch a business again for another 10, 20 years, those skills are just absolutely invaluable to understanding what the business world is like.
And we have quite a few success stories, and the beauty of it is we're going to take a break, and when we come back we're going to meet one of those students who is just doing a fantastic job with his business. Eric, I want to thank you for being here, folks. We'll take a short break. We'll be right back. Stay with us.
So you have an idea. It's exciting, it's original, it's genius, and you think it could be the next big thing. But how do you turn this idea into reality? At the Entrepreneurship Center, we will guide you through every step of the entrepreneurial process and help along the way, from developing and enhancing your idea to building your product and bringing it to market. Our programs will help refine your idea and connect you with other creative individuals. You can collaborate with students and discover their brilliant ideas, learn from expert faculty and accomplished business leaders, and even receive money to expand your venture and start your own company. Whether your idea is a revolutionary product, app, or service, we can help. The Entrepreneurship Center at Mississippi State University. From invention to innovation, it starts here.
Welcome back, everyone. We're talking about entrepreneurship and Mississippi State University's Entrepreneurship Center, which is in the College of Business. And as with everything at Mississippi State, it all boils down to the students. So I'd like to introduce you to Alex Garcia.
Yes, sir.
And he is a College of Business major and one of our young entrepreneurs that we're very, very proud of. Thanks for being with us.
Thank you.
What are you studying at State?
International business major. I'm concentrating in business administration and also Spanish.
And lately you've been a little bit sidetracked with this wonderful business. If you could just tell us what the business is and how you came about starting it.
Well, the business is called Tortilleria San Felipe, and tortilla is of course Spanish, and it means tortilla bakery. And San Felipe is the name of a ranch in Mexico where I developed, where I got to try my first tortilla. But we produce and deliver fresh corn tortillas on a daily basis.
All right, and you're doing this north of Starkville in Chickasaw County, up around
Calhoun County.
Calhoun County?
Yes, sir.
All right, how did you find the need and then put together everything you needed to actually start servicing the perceived need in a profitable way?
I graduated from Vardaman High School, actually, and there's a sweet potato capital of the world there. And over the 2 years that I was able to do my research, so there was a large mass of workers that came in, and
migrant workers. Migrant workers,
yes, correct, sir. And I viewed that as my target market, and I knew that there was a product missing within the community.
How did you? When you say you knew that, how did you know that? Just word of mouth?
Me myself, I guess I can say I love tortillas, and I knew that within the community, you go to the grocery store and you couldn't find something fresh that
Had you ever made a tortilla in your life?
Yes, sir.
You did. So you feel you had the background, the expertise to make them.
Yes, sir.
But you needed to do it on a large scale, so you had to buy some machinery.
Yes, sir.
How much is a tortilla maker?
It cost around $16,000. Yes, sir.
Wow. And how did you finance it?
Well, through 2 years also, I've went through certain things where I had to build up my credit, and I've actually had the financial support from one of my good peers, I guess, and they've helped me to be able to build up that credit. And also through this program that's offered here at State, it's actually really helped seed some funds as well.
What did your friends, relatives, parents, how did they react when you first said, I'm going to start a tortilla company in Calhoun County?
I thought it was great, actually, because, you know, it's missing. Everyone thinks that, you know, tortillas that are bought in the stores is something so great, but actually missing the authenticity of it and how great, you know, a fresh one could be. And that they were really happy to know that I was pursuing something that, you know, we do at home all the time, and it's really good.
All right, so you got the machine in, you got it set up. How did you go about making your first sales?
Within the community, there's some population there that is Hispanic, and we went to the local restaurants and gave them samples, and you know, that's the way that we did in the beginning, was to give them out for free so people could try them and get feedback from that. And as a result, you know, they wanted some and they wanted more, and we kept getting calls, and it was great.
How many can you make in a day, and how many have you sold in a day?
Good question. About 3,000 in about 8 hours.
Wow.
And that's all that we can really do right now.
So you're selling all you can make?
Yes, sir.
Which means you have had this business how long?
I've only had it really since February.
All right, so a couple of months and you're already in an expansion mode.
Yes, sir.
How do you handle the growth? And you're still in school, right?
Yes, sir. It's actually why I'm trying to go through this. You know, Competition E-Week was great for me to be able to learn so many things about business itself, and the seed money that we got, we're actually going to put that into the next machinery that we're looking into purchasing later this year.
And how big can this be, do you think?
I think it can be really big, just because no one else is doing it in this region, and it's an open market now.
And is this where you feel you are headed?
Yes, sir.
But it's not what you went to school for, necessarily, this specific business.
Right. Yes, sir. I feel, you know, what I've learned through school, it's something that's given me some background in the theory of business, but to be able to go and do this after school, it's actually, you know, I'm able to implement what I've learned, and, you know, I feel that this is my passion, and this is what I want to do in life, and I'm going to pursue that.
Well, I know the folks that I've talked with, business people and mentors and others who are familiar with your business, feel that you have a tremendous upside with this, and that's not just because you found the niche and filled it, but also because they believe in you, and that you have good head on your shoulders at such a young age, and you're going to make this successful. How has the support from the E-Center helped you?
Wow. You know, I couldn't ask for a better thing. You know, it's to be able to have that support there. And, you know, when I first came in and had this idea back in December, and to come and for him to be able to give me, you know, some input and what I was able to think over the Christmas break, it's been great. You know, Eric has really helped and helped me develop this dream to make it reality, and I couldn't have done it without him.
Well, it has been fun watching you grow, and we look forward to your continued success. And honestly, I think you're just on the ground floor, and it's already taken off. But just one more question that you haven't been able to answer yet. Why have I not had a chance to taste your tortillas? I've asked you, how many times have I asked you? And I thought today was the day you're going to bring them.
I'll make you a promise. By the end of the semester, I will bring you some fresh tortillas.
All right, so we have about, what, a week left in the semester? Eric, I got a witness? All right, we have about a week left in the semester. Well, it's going to be fun watching as your business grows, and we're all rooting for you, and appreciate you coming and talking with us today.
Thank you for having me.
Thanks, Alex.
Thank you.
That's going to do it for this edition of Dividends. We appreciate you being with us. If you have any questions or comments, you can send them to the email address on your screen. And until next time, thanks for watching.